Is a 700 or above credit score even possible? I know a lot of people that I work with have this exact question. My name is Matt with Highline Financial Coaching, and I have been coaching people for 8.5 years with their finances, both with their small business and personal finance. And I get this question a lot because there's a lot of people out there that have a 400 or 500 credit score and have had an incredibly difficult time getting past that. They may have some negative dings on their credit. They may have some things they didn't even know were on their credit score that are affecting them negatively. So today we're going to talk a little bit about the benefits, the pros and cons of having a 700 plus credit score, and see if it's something that you're interested in. It's something that we can help you get to and achieve in some of our coaching plans. But the question is, do you even know what your credit score is? There's a lot of sites that you can find what your credit score is. Your bank may have it. A lot of the credit cards have credit scores available to you. Also, you can go to creditkarma.com. It used to be a good website. Now there's a lot of sales pitches on there. Just go on and see what your credit score is and ignore all the advertising for credit cards and other products on there. But a credit score is a number that banks and credit cards and anyone that's lending money is looking at your credit score to see if they're going to lend you money or not. So what are the benefits of a higher credit score? Well, if you've got over a 700 credit score, a bank is going to look at you as somebody that is not as high of a risk as somebody that has a 400 or a 500 credit score, because they know that if you have a credit score over 700, you typically have not missed payments, you haven't declared bankruptcy, you haven't foreclosed on a house, you don't have negative things on your credit, and they know that they can trust you moving forward. Now, that's one out of many factors that they'll take into consideration, because you may go to the bank and say, hey, I'm going to buy a car or a house, and guess what? I've got a 750 credit score. And the bank's still going to deny you because there's a lot of other factors involved, not just a credit score. The credit score is one out of many things that they require you to have to get loans or lines of credit or credit cards. But if you have over a 700 credit score, they're more likely to give you the money that you're looking for. So credit score is awesome if you need to use a bank to finance things, which most people do. Most people are financing cars. They're financing school, cars, home loans, credit cards, furniture. You can pretty much finance about anything. Even with our program, we offer different financing options. And if you don't have a good enough credit score, our lenders don't even lend as well. So you see that a lot. But I also have people that come to me and they're like, hey, I got a great credit score. Why won't the bank lend me money? Well, the bank is also looking. They love it if you have a job. Not if you're a business owner, but you have a job, a W-2. You could work at McDonald's flipping burgers and have an easier time getting a loan than somebody that owns a small business and may make 4 or 5 times the amount of money. But as a small business owner, there's certain things you do that don't show as high of an income, or the banks look at you as a bigger risk as a business owner, which is hilarious because I've been an employee and I've been a business owner. And I can tell you, as a business owner, I am much less likely to lose my job than I am as an employee. Myself or my wife have to fire me as a business owner, where the employer, they can just look at numbers and say, hey, we need to get rid of this person. So I've had that happen multiple times. So, but again, with a credit score, some of the ways, here's a few tricks that you can bump up your credit score. So if you're sitting at the 680, 690 range and you want to get over 700, look at all your credit cards. Call all your credit card companies and increase the limit of your credit card. So if you have a $10,000 limit, get them to increase it to $15,000. Now, that doesn't mean you need to use that limit, but what a credit card or what your credit score looks at is they want to make sure that if you have 5 different credit cards, they want to make sure you're utilizing 40% or less of that credit card limit. So you may say, hey, I've got $10,000 worth of credit cards, but I'm using 8,000 of them. That is hurting you by having by utilizing 80%. But if you increase the limit and increase that 10,000 to 20,000, that puts you at the 40% range, and it's not going to hurt you negatively. Also, make sure all of your bill, all of your credit card, any debt is paid a day or two before it is due. Because anytime you miss, now it's typically 30 days late is when that dings your credit, but you want to make sure that you get those paid on time. Because anytime you don't, the credit bureau is going to ding your credit and it goes down. If you've declared bankruptcy, that's going to negatively affect your credit for a while. That stays on your credit for 7 to 10 years. That doesn't mean you can't build your credit up during that process. And there's a lot of scenarios that may be necessary to do to move forward. So we've had multiple clients that have had to go that direction, and we can help you build up your credit after that. It's a lot easier sometimes than having to weather the storm of a horrible financial situation. So again, there's a lot of tips and tricks that you can do to boost your credit. Also, have more than one type of credit. So if you just have a credit card, you're never going to buy a house, because the bank is going to look for multiple credit options. So you may want to have a credit card. If you purchased a car, go ahead and finance that for at least 6 months, so that builds up your credit. Also, don't cancel credit cards. If you've got a good history with a credit card, don't cancel that card. If you don't want to use it anymore, just don't use that. You can even call the credit card companies and say, hey, I'm not going to be putting any charges on this, and you don't have to utilize it. But that history is helping build your credit score. So you may want to have other options before you do any canceling of credit cards, but you can make sure that they're not being utilized. Also, you can freeze your credit score with the credit bureaus, or you can freeze your credit so that nobody can apply for new credit cards in your name. Just contact all of them. You've got Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Get on their website, find your name, get on there, and this is all free. You can go on there and freeze your credit. Like I said, what that means is they're not going to allow any new things to be put in your name. No new credit cards. No, somebody can't get a home loan in your name. The negative of that is every time you do apply for credit, you need to unlock that freeze for a couple days while you're doing that. But hopefully these tips and tricks helped. If you need help getting your credit score up, we'd love to help you here at Highline Financial Coaching. That's one of the options we do. If you're a small business owner, that is our specialty, to help small business owners get up and running. And our favorite are if you are looking to leave your job and would like to get into a financial position to buy a franchise or get ready for a business. Would love to chat with you. My name is Matt Dehart with Highline Financial Coaching. I hope you guys all have a great day.